Hello guys, well I'm going to explain you the active voice and passive voice. Active versus passive voice. Introduction. Teach and explain how to make English sentences through some structures where the responsible for the action is known or unknown. Well, let's start speaking a little about the active voice. The active voice is a verbal building through which the subject is active. I mean the agent subject, which also make the action which directly affects the object is passive or passive object. As you can see in the image, the world is accusing that you are destroying it. So making the sentences, you are destroying me. So the responsible is you. And now we are going to speak about passive voice. It's a verbal building through which the subject is passive or passive subject, while the action is made by the object. So in the notice that is in Spanish, I mean that a part-time worker is needed. It doesn't matter who needs them. I don't care who needs them, but just the relevant piece of information is that a worker is needed. Well, I'm going to start explain you how to make a sentence with active voice. Here you can read an example. The man shot the sheriff. I'm going to explain you step by step to make you explicit. Well, as you can see, you know that the English syntax is very restricted. So it says that it has to be subject, verb, and object. No more way. So the man is the subject, shot is the verb, and the sheriff is the object in the active voice. Here we have the syntax that is composed by the subject, verb, and object, but the pragmatic is composed by the agent, action, and patient. What's the difference between those kind of things? Here we have the subject, verb, and object. The syntax part, the man is the subject because you have the that is the article, the man is the noun. The verb is shot as a verb, and the sheriff there is the article, and sheriff is noun, so is the object. So that's the syntax, but the pragmatics is agent, action, and patient. Agent, the man is an agent, shot is an action, and the sheriff as a patient. An agent is the responsible for the action. Shot is action, and the sheriff, the patient, is the affected one by the action that the agent makes. Here we have the sentences through active voice and passive voice. The active voice is the man shot the sheriff, because they are the agent, is the man who the responsible of the action. The man shot the sheriff. The man is the subject and the agent. Shot is the verb and the action, and the sheriff is the object and the patient. But let's see in the passive voice. The sheriff was shot. The sheriff is the subject. Remember, in English, the syntax always has to be subject, verb, and object. Remember, is the formation of the sentences. So the sheriff was shot. Was is the to be verb, but in past, and shot is the verb that is in the past participle. Sorry. So the sheriff is the subject, but as you can see, the active voice is the patient because it's the affected one. So the actions is when you are making a sentence with the passive voice, you have to always use the to be verb. So the sheriff was shot. And the verb in the active voice have to be in the past participle in the passive voice. Here we have another example. The server can't show the page. So the server is the subject, but as well as the agent. Here they can't show because can't is an auxiliary, show is the verb, and the page is the object as well as the patient. What can we do if we convert that sentence in active voice into passive voice one? So the page is the patient. So in the passive voice, the subject is must always be the patient is the page. Here, because in passive voice, we don't care who is responsible for the action. So the page can't be shown. The page can't be shown. The auxiliary keeps, but the main verb has to be with the to be verb. So be shown. To show is must be in the past participle. Another example. Nobody helps a grandfather. An active voice when the agent is null or no one or inexistent. By converting the sentence into passive voice, the sentence in passive voice has to be negative because no one do it. The thing is not done. It has a sense. Nobody helps the grandfather. The grandfather isn't help. The verb to be, but must be negative because the agent is negative. Nobody. It could be nobody, no one, none of my brothers, anything. Another kind of example. Active voice, blessed, and passive voice, we were blessed. You know the syntax. In English syntax, subject, verb, and object. But the object is us. When we convert into a subject, it has to be we. Me and I, like this. So when we are converting the sentence into a past voice, the sentence it could be like this: we were blessed. The patient is us in the active voice because the object it has to be us, not we, because we is the subject. But it's the same person. Another example. My girlfriend gave me a letter. This is the transitive verb, the to give verb. Here the subject, the agent is my girlfriend. The action is gave. The patient is me, as I stated above. A letter is an instrument. In the syntax, a letter is a component. When we turn it into a passive voice, it could be I was given a letter. I don't care if my girlfriend gave me a letter. I just was given a letter. So I was given a letter. The patient is me, but me is the object. But how can it be when me as an object when we turn it into a subject? I. Because it's making the sentence, the syntax. I was given a letter. So given is a main verb that have to be in the in past participle, and the instrument has to be in the not in the final, next to the main verb. I was given a letter. So this is my presentation about active and passive voice, and I hope it be useful for you. Bye bye.